Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to introduce a brand new platform to you guys. This is pretty interesting. It's a little bit different from what you normally see on my channel. As a matter of fact, this has nothing to do with get in, make passive income, mining, trading, arbitrage, and that sort of thing. This is actually a social network that you can join where you can not only, mingle with other community members, but you can actually advertise whatever it is that you're in. Okay. You can set up banner ads, you can set up login ads, you can set up traffic packs. You can also, just if you want to be a free member, you can do that as well. And just kind of use it almost like a Facebook type of deal where you're posting and putting things on your wall and hoping people see it. But again, for me, when I looked at this, I said, okay, this looks like there's a community of like-minded individuals, people that want to make money from home, people that want to make money in crypto, people that want to make money online. And then when I was looking at it and I started to, scroll through the website, one of the things that was interesting to me, aside from the fact that you can, market and that sort of thing, is they do have a community that is over 8,000 members, people that again are probably looking for money making opportunities or probably looking for crypto opportunities and things of that nature. So again, this is a targeted audience where you can, promote your deal, promote your company, promote your product, whatever it may be, and you have people that probably have an interest in it. Okay, so again, that is very interesting. Okay, I was looking at some other people's videos on this and doing a little bit of research. Not a whole lot of research. I'm not going to say that I was researching it, but I was watching a couple of other videos, and there was a guy there that said, "Hey, when I got in, there was only 500 members, right, or 600 members." And over the last couple of months, you can see here that it's grown to over 8,000 members, on its way to 9,000 and then 10,000 members. And if you can capture, a little bit of this real estate and build a page, right? Build out your social network presence, whatever you want to call it. These people can take a look at your deal. It's a great way for you to not only promote your deal, but to get referrals, right? Some of you guys are always asking me, hey, what's the best way to get referrals? What's the best way to get referrals? There's a lot of ways to get referrals. Okay. Me personally, the best way is video marketing. But if you're someone that doesn't want to get on video and doesn't want to make videos and that sort of thing, that's okay. But you got to find a way to get in front of like-minded individuals, people that probably have an interest in what it is that you're offering. This is just another avenue, right, of doing just that. So let's take a look at what this looks like. Of course, probably should have started by saying that I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. You decide to jump into anything in the crypto space or the passive income space, just know that there is risk involved. So only put in what you can afford to lose. Okay, risk capital only. Also follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. So again, this gives you, not only access to a growing community of like-minded individuals, but you can market you can market your product, your service, your opportunity, and there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Okay. Um, Also, you can build your brand, which is pretty cool as well. Now, to be fair, there is a money-making opportunity attached to this thing. Okay. There's a matrix. Okay. There's actually six different matrices that are kind of running simultaneously alongside each other. But there's a huge potential here if you build a downline of paid members, of course. Okay. Now, of course, you might have people that join that don't want to do a paid membership and they just want to, get a free account. And that's fine too, right? There's actually a little, there's a way to, you know, uh, I don't know what the word is, override or make money with free members. But of course, if you want to make money with this thing, it's going to be based on, can you build a downline of paid members? Because that's where it's gonna snowball for you. There's a matrix, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but there's actually six matrices. If you know anything about a matrix, right? Okay, you have the opportunity to fill that yourself, but you also have, if you are sponsored or linked to somebody that is building, you can have spillover. Now, again, I always say, don't sit there twiddling your thumbs, waiting for spillover, hoping that money falls from the sky. You go out and participate in your own rescue. You go out there and, bring people on board and promote this and introduce people to it. And then whatever you get from spillover is just icing on the cake. I will say that there's only two positions on your first level. So let's say for me, for example, let's say I go out there and I start referring people into this thing. I can only fill two positions on my first level. Starting with my third person and beyond, it has to fall underneath somebody else, right? Because again, there's only two positions on your first level. So, I mean, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's uh let's take a look at the back office here. The other thing that's cool real quick is they do offer analytics. So you can see your ads, how they're doing, your ad impressions, how many clicks you're getting through. That's pretty cool, right? And then these are the different plans. So again, it's very, very affordable. This is the monthly subscription, right? Is if you want to do it that way. Now, of course, you don't have to. You can be a free member, okay? But there are benefits to becoming a paid member, right? And having a subscription of 14.95 because you're going to get 1,500 visitors to your site. Also going to get 3,000 banner impressions, 728 by 90. You're going to get 6,000 banner, 468 by 60 impressions, right? You're also going to get 9,000 banner impressions that are 125 by 125. Then you're going to get 15,000 text ad impressions, one free momentum mini pack, which is this right here, right? Which is an extra 500 visitors. You're also going to get entry into the Massifly cashback plan. Again, if you don't understand what all this is, don't worry, you don't have to. Number one, they have videos that actually explain this. This is their YouTube channel, and they have several videos here that explain the comp plan. Okay, but the other thing is you'll learn the comp plan as you go, right? There's been a lot of things that I've joined that I didn't understand the compensation plan 100%, and I learned it as I kind of went along, right? This will be no different, right? So there's a couple of different things that are happening here. But let me go here. Uh, you're gonna get, just to go back here, you're gonna get a entry into the momentum cashback plan. You're going to receive recurring commissions, spillover from your upline and team activity, and you can have multiple packs, right? So by the way, these are the packs. And again, the cool thing is if you want to just get involved with the membership and not get the packs, you can do that as well. It's totally customizable and a la carte. You can set it up the way you want to set it up, and you can buy as many packs as you want. $149 pack will get you 3,000 visitors, 10,000 banner impressions, 20,000 banner, 468 by 60 impressions, right? So you can read this, you can go through this show. There's 50,000 text ad impressions, lifetime login ad slot. You know what a login ad is when people log into their account. There's an ad that they have to view for, I don't know, 30 seconds or something like that. So you can get your offer in front of people because people are, they're logging into their account all the time because number one, they're checking their social network, they're seeing what's going on. They get some messages and DMs and that sort of thing. Because again, people are going to use this like a Facebook. Now, to be clear, Facebook is whatever, 15 years old, whatever, however old Facebook is, right? So don't compare this to Facebook, right? Don't use this as a reference point because this is just starting. Facebook's been around for 15 plus years. It's apples and oranges, right? But if you remember back in the day when you first got into Facebook, it was pretty basic, right? But you were in there, you were logging in, you were checking your messages, you were liking people's pictures, you were et cetera, right? So people log in all the time. My point is, you can get your offer in front of these people every time they log in. You're also going to get a viral link slot. Enter it when you get a $49 pack, it enters you into all six matrices at one time. Okay. And by the way, you could have more than one spot in the matrix. Okay. So every pack you get gives you a position in the matrix. Each position, by the way, on a fully blown out matrix pays out, I think it's like 40,000 a month, or no, it could be more than that. I'm going to show you the comp plan here in a second. So again, we're just getting started. So I've been looking at this for a couple of days. And I said, this looks like a pretty cool thing. Let me, just the fact that there's even if there wasn't a money making opportunity here, the fact that there's over 8,000 members and on their way to 10,000 members of real people that you can tap into and create a social network with and becomes friends with, and it's a whole other new market. I'm all into building my network, right? So again, we have a Telegram group, we have a YouTube channel, we have different communities, we participate in different advertising things. We have revenue share plans that we get involved with where you post your ad and then you got to click a couple of click some ads every day and earn an income. This is no different. I looked at this, okay, there's almost 10,000 members here of real people. I mean, this is another corner of the internet that we can get into and promote different programs that were in. And then I found that there was a money making opportunity. And I looked into it and I said, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me, if I'm going to participate here and spend some time here and, why not? Why not earn, right? Anyway, to go back to this, not to go off on a tangent, right? But there's six different matrices, um, full marketing tools, qualified member status. And you can, again, it's stackable. In other words, you can buy multiple packs. So as of today, they have 5,367 packs sold. They have 655 monthly subscribers, so it's still fairly young, but still, these are respectable numbers, right? Considering that it's brand new and not really a whole lot of people know about it. I mean, we're seeing this super duper early, right? We can, imagine getting into Facebook early, right? That's, you know, pretty powerful, right? There's 387 bundle packages sold, and they paid out $30,000 in cash back paid. So, it's a paying platform, right? Now, of course, if you're a builder, a networker, and you're aggressively marketing this, I'm sure you could make a ton, right? With the matrix and all that other stuff. But just on the cash back, they paid out 30K already, and it's still fairly young, right? Um, so anyway, there's a couple of cool things here. Let's go back up here. Let's take a look. This is the front end of the site, of course. Now let's take a look at the back end, right? Um, let's see here. What am I looking at here? You have an unopened chest waiting for you. Yeah, they have different games and they gamified it. I don't know what's going on here. Yay. I made 0.00316 USD. I am on my way, folks. So again, they have, they've gamified it, right? So again, look, I just started this. You can see here, I haven't even set up my account. I uploaded my picture. I visited my wallet. I haven't even bought a packet. I'm going to do that here on this video. I'm sure how to do that. I haven't created my first post yet. I haven't added my website. I haven't tried the Wheel of Fortune because there's games. So they have this thing kind of gamified, which is, it's pretty cool. But this reminds me a lot of how Facebook used to look with their feed. You can see here people are posting, right? There's some stories here. There's ads. People are posting their testimonials. Again, it's a network of almost 10,000 people that are into crypto, into passive income, into making money online, into network marketing. You can promote to these people. So let's go over here. See my wallet, man. My wallet's getting big, right? Let's see here. So here I can post on my feed. I can write story. Um, Here's some quick links, right? So again, this is the wallet section. Let's take a look at some of this stuff, right? Hold on a second. Let me see what's back here real quick. Okay. All right. So this is the wallet right here, right? Okay. Again, I haven't done anything, right? So again, but this is where you would start to, accrue, earnings and that sort of thing. Here's where you would deposit it. You can also transfer it to another user. Here's where you would deposit funds, right? Because I guess you have to fund their account first to pay for your subscription. And again, you want to have the balance you want to have something in your subscription balance all the time. So that way when the subscription time comes, it just takes it from there, right? So this is not something you have to attach your credit card to and it drafts it from there. You just have to have something in your subscription balance and then it'll take it from there. And again, your team members will do the same and you can build a residual, you can build a downline and earn just from the monthly memberships. But again, like I said, there's other ways to earn from this. There's uh, different packs and that sort of thing. So you would deposit here. Here's where the different packs are. Now, if you want to become a free member, of course, you can use the account and build out your social network and friend people and that sort of thing. But there is a way for you to earn, even if you're not a paid member, which this is the surf and earn. You have to surf and look through people's ads, right? So again, on your end, you're free, right? You just want to kind of try to build something. I would imagine it's going to be slow earnings, right? Because again, you're a free member, but you can earn a little something here and there, right? But on the other end of it, you got to flip it on the other end so you can see the benefit on the other end as well. Let's say you're a marketer and you have an offer and you have a website or a lead capture page or something that you're promoting. There's a bunch of free members that they have to come in here every day and surf and earn, right? They don't want to pay for the membership, but they'd rather surf and look through ads. guess what? Your ad, that's where you're going to get eyeballs to your ads, right? You're going to have people looking at your stuff. So twofold, right? If you want to be a free member, you can do that. But I'm looking at it like, okay, let's say there's a bunch of free members. I can put my website up here and they can surf and see my website all the time and I can market that way, right? Here's if you want to buy some packages. So again, I don't have a deposit balance. I'm going to have to deposit some, right? And then from there, I can buy a bundle package, which I already talked about. Gives you visitors and gives you opportunities to create banner ads and text impressions. And if you're interested in the money making side of it, it enters a position into all six matrices that all run independently of each other, but side by side. And again, if you want to get 10 packs, right? Then you'll have 10 positions running in, each matrix, right? You want to get 20 packs, you'll have 20 positions in each matrix. And so you'll be able to fill out this matrix. And again, each position, can earn you. I'm going to show you here in a second, quite a bit, right? This is the subscription, right? This enters you into the 2x15 Global Force Matrix. But other than that, it gives you opportunities to promote your deal as well. There's 118 positions spillover next. I guess there's times of the day where they put the spillover, so people are going to get spilled over here. And then these are mini packs. These are just like extra boosters that add to your packs, an extra 500 visitors, right? Here's the learning hub where you can actually come in here. Right, these are examples of some banner ads, right? Some of you guys may have heard of some of these different programs. But here, if you go to the learning hub, but now you can learn about the different matrices, right? So here you have the Infinity Cashback plan, right? That's the $49 pack. And again, you can get as many packs as you want. It enters you into all six matrices. Look at this. One purchase, six powerful earning plans. Total potential with those six matrices is $5.5 million. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to make that. I'm not saying that, that's guaranteed. That's if you build out the matrix. Okay. If you don't build out the matrix, then that probably won't happen for you. Here, if we click this, it'll actually take you to a video that explains the Infinity Cashback plan, and then it breaks down, different things, right? Okay, so you can build daily with the 1x3 cycle matrix, earn big with the 3x8 force matrix, and then it just kind of breaks it down. I'm sure this is going to make a lot more sense when you watch the video, okay? Because the video will break it all down. You go back. Here are the six matrices, by the way. Okay, if you wanted to get into them, you know, uh, you know, uh, if you didn't want to get into all six of them and you just wanted to get a spot in each one, I think you can. But each matrix is pretty, significant. Like if you have this global autofill, this is a 2x10 company matrix, right? So again, the company is filling this out, not just you, not just your upline, not just your sponsor, but the entire company. Those 8,000 members, they're filling out this matrix, and there's only two legs that are being filled. Okay, so there's two spots at the first level, and these spots are getting filled. This one here, you can earn a max of $920 per position, right? But again, you can have multiple positions, right? And again, it gets bigger. With the global autofill type C, you can earn up to almost 40,000 in this position with each position. Again, you're going to have multiple positions. This is a 3x10 company matrix. This one is the global autofill type D. This is a 5x10 company matrix. Max volume. This one you can earn almost 5 million per position. And then here you have the 1x3 cycle matrix. You could run through that unlimited cycle. It's essentially what this is. And you can watch the video, right? These videos pretty informative. But the way this works is basically a 1x3 matrix. You have three people on your first level, your only level, really. Once you fill those three, you cycle out, make $15, right? And then what happens is you repeat it again. Once you fill three slots out in your first position, you get another $15. So every time there's three people that fill out in your first position, you cycle out and make $15. But you're not the only one filling that, right? It's spillover. So anytime there's three that fall on your first level, you get $15. Now, as you bring people in, when they cycle out and get 15, you get a $5 matching bonus. So again, it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're cycling through multiple times a day, or you have people cycling through and you're getting this match, it can build up. I've been in different programs that looked little like this, but then we were cycling 10, 20, 30 times a day, and it was getting, we're getting a couple $100 a day. right? Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen for you. I'm just saying that that's the potential. Then this is the 3 by 8 personal force matrix, right? This is team based, right? So this is not company based. This is a team based spillover from your upline. I guess a little bit from the company as well, right? And you can build out for the long term. Once you fill out the sport, it's almost 10 grand. So again, I'm not expecting you to understand all of different ways that you can make money with this. I don't fully understand as well. Okay, for me, it looked like a good opportunity to build a social network account with and mingle with these 10,000 crypto friendly, money making friendly, people that are open to opportunities. That way I can promote whatever it is that I'm promoting. And, we could probably get a bunch of members, on this site, right? This is just extra, right? But even if you didn't want to build, it might be worth it to get some of these packs because you get advertising credits to do login ads and all this other stuff, right? Um, so this just breaks everything down. Okay. Here's where you can advertise, right? So there's a daily broadcast. You can do a daily broadcast, right? You do a broadcast and everybody sees it. You can also post on your feed, right? Which I have not, done that yet, of course, right? Um, Websites, okay? You have a website. You can actually create an ad right here, right? Get people to your website. Um, Banner ads. Here's the community, right? There's forums that you can post on. You can see here, there's different forums, right? Compensation plans. What else? Different groups, right? There's some games that you can play. And then here's where you would track your team, your referrals, if you were going to refer people. Now, of course, like I said, you don't have to, but that's how that would work, right? So in order to buy these packs, let's go over here, right? I'm going to get a monthly subscription, right? Almost $20 a month. And then I'm going to go ahead and buy some packs because number one, I do want to have these ad credits so I can start creating some advertising. But also I want to get positioned in the matrix and see how that builds out and, build that out. There's some, there's some money you can make on this end, right? So first thing we got to do is we have to deposit. So I guess we can either click through here or we can just click right here. Let's go to deposit. Okay. Have no idea who my sponsor is. I may DM them later on. It says here a couple ways you can fund your account. Number one is you can use Wise, wise.com, which is like an international debit card or credit card, and you can use that, or you could just use crypto, right? Let's see. We just use crypto. So let's say we choose a coin. Now it says here you can use Bitcoin Cash, Binance Coin, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Polygon, Solana, Tron, USDC, USDT, Ripple. We're going to use USDT, BEP20, right? On Binance Smart Chain. Okay. So you're looking over my shoulder as I do this. Okay. This is, obviously we're doing this, let's see here. Binance Smart Chain, due to cryptocurrency volatility, a 5% deposit fee. Okay. 1 second here. Okay. So let's do a test deposit of $100, right? And then I'll be able to get a pack. Of course, I'm not going to just do one pack. I'm going to scale this up and get a lot of packs. But just to kind of show you here, this is just a quick demo on how to deposit. Um, by the way, it says do not reuse the wallet address. Each deposit generates a new unique address. Always create a fresh deposit request. Sending funds to a previous address may result in permanent loss. So every time you do a deposit, generate a fresh wallet. So we're going to create deposit transaction created, ready for payment, $100. It takes you over to Now Payments, which we're familiar with. A lot of platforms use Now Payments. And we are going to, okay, we're going to see. Okay. That's pretty much it. Okay. Okay, so let's see, let's test deposit. So it should go through fine. I mean, I've used now payments for a ton of stuff. Now payments works great actually. Um, but anyway, this will kind of go through the confirmations and then it'll be done. So it says your payment processing, we've received your payment. It's currently being processed. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. So if we go back to payment successful, okay, let's see here. Oops, let's go back to the dashboard. Let's see, buy packages. Okay, so there's the balance right there. So that's pretty quick, right? So if I was to go in here and activate this, see here. Okay, I need to top up my subscription balance. Not exactly sure how I do that. Okay, it looks like I just take some from my balance here. So let's say if I were to take 30 bucks. One second. 30 bucks, transfer in, transferred successfully. Okay, so now my subscription balance has a little something, something in there. Okay, we're going to activate the flow subscription and boom, we are good to go. We have a flow position here. And yet each of your, every time you have a payment, right, every month, it actually gets you another flow position. So next month, right, if I make a second payment, I'll have a second flow position. So 12, after 12 months, you'll have 12 flow positions. It's pretty cool. Okay, we'll do a deep dive into the comp plan. Not going to go into that right now. But again, this gives me ad credits and a bunch of other stuff here. Let me go to all right. So let me go over here. Let's get one of these bundle packages, right? And again, one bundle package gets you a position into all six matrices. Unlimited amount of packs you can get. If you want to get 10 packs, as I've said before, 20 packs or 100 packs, 100 bundle packages, you'll have 100 positions in the matrix. Each of them pays, you saw the potential, right? I'm not going to go into that again. But let's say, click on buy now. So it says here, every $49 package includes 15,000 real visitors, 50,000 impressions. So we already went through it. So let's purchase package from balance. Yes. Purchase completed successfully. So we are good. So all I got to do now is I got to set up these ads and, with my website that I'm going to promote. As you can see here, I don't have any campaigns. So I'm going to set up some campaigns. So we'll do that. I'm just showing you how to purchase ads and that sort of thing so that I can set up these campaigns and set up some banner ads and start promoting whatever it is that I'm promoting. But yeah, this looks like a really interesting project. Again, if you go to their YouTube channel, right, they have several videos that talk about the different components of their comp plan, right, of their matrix. So you're going to do a deep dive into the comp plan at some point, so stay tuned for that. But just wanted to introduce this to you guys. Some of you guys, like I said, you're always asking me for, how do I get referrals? I don't want to talk to my friends and family. I don't want to make videos. I mean, if you don't want to make videos, you want to talk to people that you already know. There has to be other avenues of doing that. And the good news is this just happens to be one of them, right? There's like I said before, there's 8,000 plus members worldwide with this thing, right? And it's continuing to grow, you know, on pace on pace for 10,000 members. And each one of these members looking for a way to make money. They're probably crypto friendly. They probably are into network marketing or affiliate marketing or making money from home and that sort of thing. So again, these are people that are like-minded and probably would be open to your opportunity, right? And these things work. These things do work. Okay. I'm in another program right now that, you have to click through some of these ads and you earn a passive income and we do great with it. But on the other end, I've actually joined like four different things from those ads, right? People I don't even know, and they were just things that I was either looked interesting to me or there were things that I was in the market for, like a crypto card. Um, it got it, signed up and it works, right? So again, let's see how this goes. I will finish setting up my account. See here. You can post up your YouTube. There's another thing. Another way to do this is you can also promote your YouTube videos, right? So you say you can drop or paste a link or your YouTube URL. So whenever you make a video, like me, I make a lot of videos, right? And I usually take that video and I post it onto my Telegram or something like that. I can take that same link, right? And I can post it in here, right? And as I build my network and, whatever, I don't know what they call it in here, followers, friends, whatever the case may be, I can post my YouTube video in here and have more people look at my video, right? More people see the content, more people, see what it is that I'm offering or promoting, right? So again, when I looked at this, I just looked at it like, okay, this is a cool way to market and, maybe reach a different demographic of people. But when I found out there was a money making opportunity, it was like, okay, that's cool too. So anyway, Massifly, check this one out, guys. We'll see how it goes. I think this is I want to call it a risk-free opportunity. And the reason why I call it a risk-free opportunity is because, yeah, you pay into it with crypto, but it doesn't revolve around trading, mining, arbitrage, bots, uh, you know, prediction market. Not that there's anything wrong with those things, because there's certainly, opportunities, right? We're in some of those opportunities, but again, this thing is just, it's an advertising platform. So, the risk is extremely low, which tells me that this can be around for a long, long time, which is great because we can build a presence, a social network presence, but also we can build out the matrix and, do that over time, which is great. So anyway, check this one out. I will leave a link down below. As always, do your own research, do your own due diligence, risk capital only, folks. I will catch you in the next one. Of course, I'll be doing updates, show you what we're doing with this, our progress, how we're using it to market, how we're using it to, make money and build out the matrix. We'll be doing all of that moving forward. Get you a spot, guys. Get you a spot. Get a membership. Get some ad packs, and start promoting your deal. Right? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You're gonna make friends, and you're gonna build out. You're gonna grow your network, right, with people that are probably into crypto deals, and that's the worst thing that's gonna happen. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.